center for a case study. Now, you're going to enjoy this session to understand how we help a family, like I said, and it's going to be done by one of the very successful senior marketing directors. I will add a few adjectives for him, but you can add your own later after you see the presentation. I would say he's a very young, energetic, handsome, right? Senior marketing director. So you add other adjectives later on after you see his case study. All right? This is Amit Sodhi.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yes, I'm young. Yes, I'm handsome. Everything she said, believe her, she's right. So she never lies. So good morning, everyone. Now the thing is a second part of the presentation, which is going to be case study. It's a very simple case study. I met a family. It was one of my friends who gave me a referral. I sat down with the family. It's a normal family, lives in Surrey. Very simple case, but I'm going to show you how I was able to make some positive change for them. Background, I'm a civil engineer by profession. I come to this beautiful company in 2009. I learned everything from here. So I'm going to show you how we make positive change for people. And they gave me only 45 minutes, so we have to rush. And all the new guests, I would highly encourage you guys to make lots of notes, because it's going to be a little bit overwhelming, because it takes time to understand more. But if you have the things written with you, you can sit down with the person who invited you and ask all the questions. Sounds like a deal? So let's talk about number one thing. When we sit down with the family, I ask them their goals. So let's see what this family wants and how this family looks like without showing their identity. So husband and wife. I believe everybody can see in the back as well. Good. Husband is 34 years old. Wife is 36 years old. They both work. Husband is making $40,000. And wife is making $38,000. And they have two small kids, age 1 and age 2. Most of us, when we buy a house, we have mortgage. Isn't that true? Very few people who come with lots of money and they buy cash house. So this family has a house. House is worth for $560,000. This is the value of the house. And they have mortgage, which is $290,000. It's at 5%. They're paying $1,500 every month. They have some another things like cars they have RRSP. I'll talk about that as well. But they have some debts as well. So let's talk about debts. Number one was mortgage. Second, they have line of credit. Used up $20,000 at 5%. Sorry, this is at 6%, and they are paying $350 every month. Then they have credit card, which is used up for $22,000. They are paying $500 per month. This credit card is at 19.95. When you go home, check your credit card too. Okay. So they want me to speak louder. Okay, I'll try. I'm very soft spoken, I would say. So now let's say second credit card is going to be $14,000. This is not working. This one is $14,000 they used, and they have the rate of interest on this is a little bit better, I would say 18%. They are paying $350 a month. Another thing, which I'll mention later, but right now, if you guys look, $1,500 going towards mortgage, then they have some debt, which is line of credit, credit card, another credit card. One was due to emergency. They told me there was something happened back home. They had to fly, they had to help the family and everything, so they used the $20,000 right there. This $14,000, whole family went to Europe on the debt. They took the money out. They visit beautiful Europe, and they are in $14,000 debt. This $22,000, nobody knows. Husband is saying, I don't know. Wife is saying, I don't know how that happened. But somehow they are in this hole. Now, another thing they are paying every month is mortgage insurance. That's another, not a debt, but it's their part of monthly payment as well. So they are paying $170. This is up to here. Now let's talk about their goals. They gave me few goals. Number one goal is to save taxes. So please write down the goals. It will be easier for you to understand how I achieve their goals and everything. So let's write down the goals. Number one is save taxes. Second is have emergency fund, just for that reason that if there is something, they don't have to go into high cost of debt. So they want to have some emergency fund. Third one is protect my family. So that's they want to achieve. So according to everything they told me, the mortgage is supposed to be paid in, let's say, 26 years right now. So this is how long they have amortization. Now what we did, when I sit down with the family, I saw where they are right now. And now what they want is, they want to go from here, here. Now they need the plan. Same like if I'm sitting in Surrey and I want to go to Kelowna, I need to have a plan, what exit to take to go to Kelowna, right? So same thing, they need to have a roadmap. This is what we call planning. So I'm going to give them a written plan, and you guys will appreciate this fact. Lots of families, they don't have written plan for themselves. They don't know how they're going to retire. Now the thing is, this thing is missing. You guys just saw 91% people, they don't make financially strong when they retire. Why? Because they don't have financial plan. Lots of companies, they provide some sort of financial plan, like big companies. If you work for BC Hydro, if you work for, let's say, City of Surrey, they have it, but most of the company, they don't have it. So right now, people are missing on plan, and I'm going to show you how much important this plan is. Number one thing what I did for them is, I consolidated everything for them in their own bank, which was in this case TD Bank. When we consolidated the debt, they were with the company in the term for a while with the existing company. So they had to pay penalty, which is $3,000. I'll show you the value in the end to change this mortgage with a product which I tried to show it to, and they really fell in love with the product. So right now altogether, if we see, their debts are $349,000 altogether. And monthly they are paying $2,870 altogether monthly payments. So if you see half of their income is going just to service the debts and everything, then they have to pay for their kids' education and everything. They have to make sure they have enough groceries and everything. But right now they are tight because according to the income, it's too much right now. So I'm going to show you how I create something where they can have some breather if they want, or if they want to do something better with that money, they can still choose to do that. So what I did with the same product partner, company like TD Bank, I pick a product which is called Home Equity Line of Credit. Can somebody get me better markers? I don't know why these are not working. Nobody? So what I did, I got their house value, which in this case was $560,000. I got them approved at that time at 80% of house value at 3.5%. So they got approved for altogether $448,000. Out of this $448,000, we paid up all of their debt. Now remember, a few of these debts were at 19%. 18%, 6%, we brought everything back to 3.5%. For the whole debt, after we paid out of this $349,000, their new payment for their mortgage is $1,018.
And this rate of interest is simple to.
Simple rate of interest, yes. All the banks by law have this product, but most of the time we don't get to know about this because this product needs a plan. So I'll show you what kind of plan is following this product. Thank you so much. Everything is clear up to here. Anybody who have any question up to here? So then I'll move forward because it's going to get interesting now.
Just the last line, can you repeat it to me what happened over there?
Which one?
After 448, you become 349.
Yes, I got them approved for $448,000. So this is approved already. Out of that, I paid all of their loans, $349,000 gone. New payment for $349,000 to service this. New payment is $1,018. Everybody clear? How much they were paying before? $2,870, right? So somebody has calculator? So $2,870 minus 1018. What is the number? Say it again.
18752.
18. This is the new cash flow they have every month. Should I leave this with family? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, tell me who's saying yes. Some of us. Now what do you think they will do with this money? They still have memories from Europe. They would like to go back. Isn't that true? Now another thing is, remember they don't know what happened to this money right here, so nobody knows where this money went. So there's no guarantee they will know where this money goes. Right? So remember, what we did is, I planned something for their future with this money, and I'll show you what I did. Now what I did, number one thing is, I tried to show them how to make money with bank's money. How many of you are excited to know that bank is making with your money lots of money? Anybody's excited about that?
Yeah.
How about if I teach you how to make money with bank's money? Is that a good deal?
Yes. Yes.
Everybody?
Yes.
Good. Now let's talk about that. Now what we did, remember once we paid up the mortgage, we still have some balanced equity staying with them, which in this case could be $99,000.
That's it, 99,000.
$99,000. So this is right here. This is anytime available. Now, seeing their habits and everything, I'm a little bit concerned leaving this much money with them. So what I did out of this, I took $50,000 out and I invest this money for them. Now remember one beautiful thing, please write down, when you take the money from the bank to invest, whatever you pay every month for that, it's tax deductible. Tax deductible. Now when you borrow to invest, the payment you pay for that loan, that is tax deductible. So lots of people ask me, how can I save more taxes? This is one another beautiful way. But remember, we are not just going to use this like this. Let's pay attention on something which is very interesting. $50,000 when I borrow, let's take my example, and let's say I'm at 30% tax bracket. Okay? Now, with the rate, same 3.5%, my monthly payment to borrow $50,000 is $146. I will pay $146 every month, and $50,000 is growing for me from the bank. So I'm using bank's money to create wealth for myself, and I'm showing you how it's going to happen. But good thing is, when we pay $146 every month, I get tax deductions from the government. 30%, when we talk about that, $44 comes to me every month as a tax refund. So exact cost for me to borrow $50,000 is $102 only, which I'm going to deduct from 1852. If I'm not wrong, this comes to 1750. So this is new cash flow after we invested even $50,000. Now to give you a little bit more better idea when we do that, how that is very smart thing. I want you guys to participate with me. Let's say this is $100 every month I'm saving. I save $100 every month for 12 months. How much is that money? $1,200. Bank is very kind to me. Let's say bank is getting me 10% every year. What is my return after 1 year? $120. True? So this is what I made if I never knew what to do with the money. Now, beautiful thing is, I borrowed $50,000 with $100. Now, if $50,000 grows the same way at 10%, what is my return? $5,000. So instead of having 120 profit, I have $5,000 profit. Isn't that smart? How many of us are doing this? Now the thing is, nobody's there to teach us. Isn't that true? Now the thing is, I played smart with their money. I create the wealth, and I'll show you how much big it is going to become with the time, because the proposal is for 20 years, which I'm going to show them. So with the 50,000 growing, now the cash flow is $1,750. Now remember, they were paying something called mortgage insurance. What I want you guys to do is, when you guys go home, go on YouTube. There is something called CBC Marketplace in Denial. You will know, I don't have to explain everything because I want to give you homework. Go and check it out, how true that fact is and how many people they get the claim and everything from that product, which is called mortgage insurance. Place in denial. Now instead of that, what I did, I gave husband and wife permanent protection, and I gave them riders of critical illness insurance. So husband and wife both are protected for $250,000, and they are protected for $50,000 critical illness insurance. They are going to pay this product for 20 years, and they are going to pay $300 every month. Now 300 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 12, which is every year, this becomes $60,000. God forbid if something happens to husband or wife, they will leave behind $250,000 each. God forbid something happens like cancer, heart attack, or any major illnesses, it's covering them for $50,000 for 25 illnesses. But good thing, after 20 years, If they don't want the product, they say my house is paid up, I don't need it. In their cash, they have $89,000. So let's have a look. They pay for 20 years, they are covered for whole life. If they want to take the money back, they paid 60, they have 89,000. In case of illness, they have 50,000 each. In case of death, they have $250,000. Now, here no money was coming back in mortgage insurance, they have more than what they paid for and they are covered. Yes,
Shouldn't that be 72,000?
which one? Right here?
$300 for 20 years and
Yeah.
times 12.
Doesn't matter,
You see.
doesn't matter, the one
Yes, 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 no, true,
is
true,
way,
true,
way
true.
more.
Let's see, it's 72,000, yes, you are right.
89.
Sorry, I checked another number. 72,000, but still if you see there is a lots of more value. But now the good thing is, they don't have to worry about each other because one of the thing is, they wanted to protect their family. So I took care of that goal. Another thing, remember they said they have emergency fund? And we left 49,000 because we took 50,000 out. So we took care of their emergency fund as well. Little bit we did the saving taxes by leveraging that money. Now let's do a little bit more. $1,750 minus $300 every month, which is gone towards their UL. They have $1,450 still. Clear up to here? Now they wanted to save the taxes, so what I did, I'm putting $800 every month into RRSP. How many of us know what is RRSP? Everybody knows, right? Registered Retirement Saving Plan. We are putting $800 every month because they want to save the taxes. Now another thing is, I'm putting more money towards their emergency fund, which is tax-free saving account. $300 every month going into tax-free saving account. Anytime they need the money, they have $3,600 a year sitting in their tax-free saving account. Balance is $350. I put this money towards their principal. Every month, $350 is going towards the principal. Everything is finished. Now let's see how everything went together, and let's see after 20 years what happens. Any question here anybody has before I show you the end result?
A quick question.
Yes,
You left them with 49,000 emergency fund.
yes.
So what will prevent them
Using the.
from using that money? And how will that affect the plan?
End of the day, I can't go and tie their hands. It's their money. If they want to, they can anyways, but my good intention was, just in case if they have some emergency back home, they don't have to run around, it's sitting right there, they can take care of this. Another good thing is, every time I have a client, I visit them every year, or in most of the cases, if client is such like this, where they need more education, I sit down with them every 6 months. So I will be keep teaching them, and I'll keep letting them know how important it is to have emergency fund, not to shopping, but for the saving, just in case if something happens, we have $49,000. But if you guys want, I can take the money away. So what I did, I left them with this emergency fund, just in case, because they are both immigrants. They have family back home and everything is there, so just in case, but this was part of the plan because they wanted to have emergency fund, right?
Yeah.
Now let's see what happens after 20 years, how it will look. And I'm going to show you 3 different portfolios according to the person's income, their age, their desire for growing the money. There is so many different options, but basically there is 3 different ones. It's called conservative, moderate, and aggressive. I would say conservative, somebody over 55, they don't want to, see the turbulence. They want to be safe. Somebody who is 30 to let's say 50, they could be moderate. Somebody under 30, they could be aggressive. They say, you know what, there is 35 years to retirement, I don't care. Make me as much money you can, right? Now the thing is, I have to see what they can do. So I'm going to show you guys 3 different outcomes, 6%, 8% and 10%. So please write down these numbers, these are really important numbers. And before I go forward, they had some RRSP from their work, which is $30,000. They already had this money. And this was growing at 1.3% from the last 3-4 years. when I looked at this money and I showed them what my clients are getting, they wanted me to do something better. So I took care of that money, so I'll illustrate that as well. So let's go through one by one everything. Number one thing which we are going to count is, if they want to take the money out of their universal life, they don't have to take the whole thing out, but if they are willing to take, I'll show you 6%, 8%, and 10%, but the universal life, where they were protected against death and critical illness insurance, I'm going to show you at only 6% in all the three cases. If they want to take 50 out at that time, they have $44,500, and still they are covered for whole life. So 44,500 same, 44,500 same. Now second thing, they were putting RSP pack, which was going right here, $800. After paying taxes and everything, they have $336,366. At 8%, it comes to $428,807. At 10%, it's $552,831. Then we took the money out. This is RSP back. Then the $50,000 which we borrowed, now we returned the money. So after returning the money, the profit in 20 years is 93, 803, 155, 591, 243, 419. And then there was a tax-free saving account. There is no tax on tax-free saving account, so we don't need to calculate that. This was leverage money, so I just want to make sure you guys can write that. Tax-free saving account pack, monthly pack which was going. This comes to $138,612. Second one is $176,706. And then $227,811. And then we had another RRSP lump sum, which is $30,000 here. They already had it. I just changed the vehicle. If this money grows properly at 6%, this will be worth of $67,350. At 8%, it's $97,880. And at 10%, it could be $141,000.